2,000 years ago, it happened. As Jesus traversed the stars to make the first mission possible, God humbling himself to rescue us, to be one of us, to be with us, that he would become not just a baby, but living water for all to drink.
I'm Mike Mantell. I'm traveling in Zambia in southern Africa, and I'd like to share a little bit about how we got here and what we're doing. 22 years ago, I was working for the only billionaire in town in Ann Arbor, Michigan. We had a great time. We ran businesses, did construction, and made lots of money. And my boss gave some of it away. I followed his donation to Africa, where we funded a water project, and what I saw changed my life. I was like a time traveler moving from village to village. In villages that didn't have water, people were dying from diseases that should have been eradicated ages ago. In villages that had water for a few months, people were already healthier and had more free time. They were planting little seedlings in plastic bags and thinking about more than just survival. Villages that had water for years had surplus food. People owned little businesses, their children were in school, and it all started with water. Later on, I learned that half of the world's hospital beds are occupied by people suffering from waterborne disease. Lack of water and sanitation was the #1 cause of school dropout. I learned that women in Africa spend more than 40 billion hours each year just hauling water, time that could be spent on family, education, and productive work. But what really captured me in that original trip was a moment one afternoon sitting under a tree listening to the sermon on the water of life. When I began to think about that, when I began to pray about that, I wanted to participate in the provision, the access, the supply of water, but also linking water to the living water of Jesus Christ. When I began to look at this last chapter in my life, I wanted to dedicate all of my energies to the most important intervention, and that is access to safe water. Safe water is the fundamental first step in human development. At Living Water, we link access to safe water and the sharing of the gospel of Jesus Christ. If these two things are important to you, sharing life's water and sharing living water, then Living Water International is the partner for you. Please join us as we transform communities all over Africa with water and the living water.
Recently, one of our own continued his mission of bringing living water to all, traveling thousands of miles away from Altoona, Pennsylvania to El Salvador. During this mission, the gospel was shared, relationships were formed, and clean water was drilled for an entire community. This coming spring, several new individuals look to join Living Water International and represent Second Avenue in bringing the life that is true life. Why not start now, thinking about the ways to support those from Second Avenue as they endeavor towards El Salvador? This coming April 14th through the 20th, 2013. Your intercession, your interest, your dialogue, your finances, your sacrifice. Join Second Avenue and Living Water International to bring life now and life eternal. In this season of Advent, as we celebrate again the coming of Christ, may we carefully consider how God might use us to make His mission possible.